Hey y'all, today I am bringing you a podcast, basically just running down literary analysis. I am still kind of out of it from my second COVID shot, but we're just going to get right into it. Okay, so what is literary analysis? Literary analysis is like the close reading and interpretation of a text. And usually, this is done by lots of annotations, uh, you know, discussing with partners and, understanding who the author was, uh, and, their life decisions, what they grew up in, the time period that the piece was released. All of these things feed into kind of the first part of literary analysis, which is your own understanding. And this first part is great. You want to know how to do this? Because, I've found when I understand the context of a piece more and I understand when it was released and why certain choices were made, I enjoy it more. I enjoy reading it more. But that's all well and good, but you kind of have to. There's a second part to literary analysis, which is the presentation of these findings. And this is usually done in a academic setting, like AP, AP classrooms, just AP tests, especially, and I'll get into that later. Um, it's a way for you to present your findings. You're going to be asked to just dissect a piece, go through it, and analyze it. Like why is it the way that it is? What choices were made by the author, the speaker, etc., etc., etc. Now, this this kind of analysis kind of breaks down into just understanding why the author made the choices that they made, the who, what, when, where, how, and why of a piece, everything about it. And I want to focus on that word some more, why, because I think really, if you want to understand literary analysis, if you want to like get a good understanding of it, you just need to know the word why. Why was this choice made? Why is the speaker or the author writing things in the way that they are? Why is this character acting the way that they are? Why is this setting the way that it is? And I hate to bring up kind of the tired joke of English class just devolving into, reading a piece and seeing something mundane like, oh, the curtains are blue, and then having to explain why you think the author made the curtains blue in the story. But that it's kind of what it is. You have to understand that these everything is for a purpose. Everything is on purpose. By utilizing why and the power of why, you can really kind of dig your toes into the roots of literary analysis. Now, literary analysis is usually expressed in several forms. It can be for any. It can be for. It's obviously for literature, but the skills you learn with literary analysis will also carry you very far. And like I said, analyzing things like historical speeches or just anything where the choices of the author are important to understanding the larger context. Now, for literary analysis to begin, you're going to want to just analyze things like theme, characters, setting, time period, etc., etc. Take good notes, annotate a lot, which is kind of a way that we've done in my English class, is that in our books that we read, in pretty much every book we've read this year, I'm almost positive, we have annotated every single one of them. We annotated The Invisible Man, we've annotated True Grit, we've annotated Metamorphosis, we've annotated all of these stories, and even though we haven't written essays on them, like I can't remember writing a great deal of essays, we're still practicing literary analysis because we're analyzing the text. We're asking deep questions through class discussion. Why do we think this happened? Why do we think the author made this kind of choice? What did we think about this chapter? And even though we're not expressing our findings in writing, in the conventional sense, and like, like a 5-paragraph essay or whatever, we're still participating in literary analysis. Now, we also have done this in several other ways in the class. Like whenever we start reading a book, for instance, our I don't know why I say our teacher. I know it's just you listening to this, but like you'll have us do like we will analyze an author's life. We'll do a interactive class assignment where we will kind of collect every aspect of an author's life, um, and just kind of understand what made them tick. Why are they the way that they are? And through this, we can kind of, as we go through the text, see that, this is the way that it is because of the author, because of the author's background, because of the author's life. It's just a way of giving us more context and once again understanding the why of kind of understanding the why of a text. Like Ralph Ellison, for example, Invisible Man it's a difficult text. It's kind of incomprehensive, and I know I've made my opinions on it clear, but you can kind of get a better idea of the state that Ralph Ellison was in when he wrote that book and why choices were made. And it kind of helps you make sense of the muck. Now, another way that we have used literary analysis in our class is, and I think we did this way more in towards the beginning, like especially with like True Grit. True Grit, we did a lot of questions on just what we thought of the book and analyzing the text and analyzing the chapters, especially like some questions like analyzing the Bible verses that Maddie used in chapter 6. Through that, we had to closely analyze the text. We had to understand the context of I keep saying too much. Oh my goodness. Let me just hard restart. In chapter 6, we had to closely analyze the text. We had to understand the plot of the story, because if you were to just read the Bible quotes that Maddie mentions, you would not get the full understanding. So you'd have to understand, that her father's killer was fleeing, that she was going to hunt him down, she was going to enact her righteous justice. And through this, and through a deeper understanding of the story as a whole, of a Southern redemption story, as in a time period that is deeply Christian, we can understand a deeper context of the text, and we can understand more so how the text is enhanced by these Bible quotes. So overall, in conclusion, because I feel like I'm getting off topic, I feel like I'm rambling too much, literary analysis is a very important tool for anybody to use, especially if they're pursuing a higher education in a field like teaching, or anywhere where you're going to need to be doing writing and good persuasive analytical writing. Is the close reading and interpretation of a text. You analyze things like theme, character, setting, etc. You understand the why of what choices were made. Why did the author write a character like this? Why is the setting like this? Why is the time period at this specific time? Why do things act the way that they do? And through this, you can express this in multiple forms, including an essay, where you just take an element to analyze, and standard procedure, you just pick a thesis, you explain it in 5 paragraphs, all good and well. Or you can choose to do literary analysis in multiple different ways, like we have in class, with things like our Padlets, or our Google questions, or our Socratic circles. So yeah, literary analysis, once again, very important tool. I think it's something that everybody should learn, especially if they're taking an AP class, because that analysis will carry you very, very far. Alrighty. Thanks for listening to that. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Thank you.